Hello viewers, welcome back to another episode of the Datsun project here on the Grumpy Penguin channel. As always, I am Jason, the guy doing all the wrenching here. And today, we're gonna try to whack this fuel tank into the car and get the fuel lines attached to the front. Might be a little difficult, but I think I've got a plan. All right, the first step that I already did here is get the hole in the trunk cut out for the sender and the new fuel pump that we've added. That's an EFI Tech in-tank pump system. So went ahead and added that for the fuel injected motor, obviously. Cut a little access hole. We'll put a panel over it to finish it up at the end here. So you may have also noticed the hole I had to add for the suspension bar. Now that is going to be the problem today, as the fuel tank itself is held on by these straps. And I measured and kind of thought that that might get in the way. And I had a backup plan. So we'll get the car up in the air and I'll show you what the problem is. All right, and here is the problem. First of all, I'm gonna need one of the factory J-bolts that mounts right up in there to hold the fuel tank in place. The fuel tank hangs by these brackets, and as you can see, when I place this bracket up where it needs to be, it's on this bar. I kind of had a feeling that was going to be the case when I put the body back on, and obviously that fouled, had to cut a little bit of it out. And I kind of had a thought that it would be a problem before this. So the good news is the tank does fit without hitting the coilovers or anything else. So all I'm gonna have to do today is just drill. I'm just gonna drill and tap this bar. This is a pretty thick DOM bar, and I think that'll work just fine. So step one on this, let's get all this crap out of the way, is to get our drill bit out with the appropriate size bit. We've got our tap. This is in Freedom units, so this is a 5/16 24 bolt. And that'll allow us to use the factory bolts to bolt that back in place. And that's gonna be really, really close to where it was. So step one, I'm gonna get this marked and get these holes tapped and drilled. Damn, that brings a whole new meaning to silver hair. All right, so got both holes drilled, both holes tapped, and now let's go ahead and get the tank chucked up into place and see if we can't get it strapped down. All right, next step in the process is to get our fuel filter mounted up. This is just a generic Summit Racing one, and it's mounted with these gigantic billet things, which are probably overkill, but it does work really well. I've got it on the side of the frame rail there. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and get that mounted up and continue with running the lines. All right, that is the very simple fuel system sorted. Tanks in place, lines are there, and it's, again, there's no swirl pot, there's no need for any of that stuff. I could have probably made some hard lines, just more fittings and more things to fail. So I think having it simple is just going to be the best to start out with. If power demands change, then the fuel system's going to have to adapt. So, but for now, to make 250 wheel horsepower out of this thing, I think we've got plenty of fuel. It'll get up to the engine, get back, it'll get filtered. Life is good. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.